go ahead and fly the SilverLit Sky Tallon first, simply because if wind starts to pick up, this little helicopter won't have to deal with it. That one, on the other hand, will, but since it has a servo that controls the forward and backward pitch instead of a vertical motor like this one, it can actually cut into the wind and not simply push the helicopter forward. So we're going to fly this one first. Hopefully it all goes well. We're going to kill the battery completely, and we're going to move on to our second helicopter. Here we go. Coming from your direction. It's having a very hard time pulling forward in the wind. I'm full throttle forward right now and it's starting to close back slightly. For an indoor helicopter, you don't want something that goes fast. Otherwise you'll be crashing into walls in 5 seconds. Flying indoors though, this helicopter is really great. I like it. Quick demonstration, I can turn off the lights from the controller and turn them back on from the controller as well. So I can fly it very nicely outside, but if there's too much wind, you have a very hard time moving in certain directions. Alright, so we're going to fly the LiteHawk AERO next. This helicopter is a bit different from the other. It's quite a bit larger, and this one is actually controlled by forward and backward pitch. If you look at this helicopter's rear rotor, it's up and down, so the blade sits horizontal and this one sits vertical. That's because that blade actually turns the helicopter back and forth, whereas the dual blades actually turn that helicopter back and forth, but the rear one makes it go forward and back, whereas this main rotor right here makes this helicopter go forward and back with this small micro servo on the actual chassis itself, tilts this front boom section forward and backward. So I'll show you that, guys, in a second there. I'll just show you how to get everything linked up here. So you, after you've installed fresh batteries in your controller and your helicopter's charged to full, go ahead and turn it on. You'll get a blinking light. Make sure your antenna's pulled down as well.
Remember last time.
Go ahead and turn on your helicopter. Your light's still blinking. Up, back down. Solid red light means you're linked. Now, what I was talking about with the forward and backward pitch of the helicopter is that servo, when I go forward, tilts that blade forward and backward. So in wind, the blade actually slices into it. So that's about the top speed for the LiteHawk AERO right there. As you saw when I did that circle, it was quite fast. And the connection isn't actually all that bad right now. I ain't feeling all that much of a delay. I don't recommend using rechargeable batteries in the controller, as rechargeable AA batteries are only 1.2 volt, and that will give you a decreased signal strength. This helicopter is very, very good, and it's 49 megahertz, so not 2.4 gigahertz yet. Still very, very old technology to us hobbyists, but nonetheless, a lot better than the infrared. As you can see on the front and rear, it has a front light and a rear light. And let's try and hold a hover here, see how well this one hovers. So I got a little bit of a backwards pull right now, but that could just be adjusted from the trim knob. Let me see if I can counteract that with a little bit of forward pitch and see if I can get this to hover.